We opened the shop in the 70s, in 1972. That was full hippie time. I had no intention to open a shop. I had no intention to go to Ibiza. I was one of those normal people living in some conditions which seemed at the time unbearable. I came to Ibiza with my 2 children, and I wanted to start a simple life doing architecture. I actually didn't really want to have the shop. I wanted to, I got it because I had a little bit of money and I thought it was a good investment, and sell it again when the season starts. I have a daughter, her name is Paula, and a son, his name is Moritz. So Paula and Mopitz, because she couldn't speak the R. And that was the company, I gave it the name Paula and Mopitz, but the shop itself I called Paula's Boutique. Main influence was nature, because that's what I was living. I was living in nature, and that was my trip, that was the hippie trip, to be integrated in nature. Yeah, that's very important. We are speaking the last century. In my house there is no electricity, there's no running water. And I live from what grows around the house. From there I go out and do all other things. From there I do my designs, from there I do my business, I do everything. But starting point and edification point is nature. The prints are floral prints. They have animals, they have birds. I like birds very much because they are free and they are full of life. You cannot really control them. And of course, nature has all the colors. I love all the colors. I love flowers. So with that, I have so much material, I cannot finish to make all the prints that I could make from that. We had some famous people at the time because, of course, what we did was something new. And it reflected something real. It reflected a real natural life, a real contact to nature. So we had the shop, the walls all decorated with flowers. The ceiling all decorated with flowers, but flower material glued to the ceiling and glued to all the walls. We had everyday fresh flowers there. We had many little dolls and many little things on, decoration things, and all based on human personal touch and many, many flowers. That in itself was an attraction, how the shop was looking. It was very Baroque. I always speaking we, sometimes I'm speaking me, but many times I'm speaking we, because when I speak about, when I make a design or something, I speak me, but actually the whole Paula's would not be possible without Stuart. I could not be also all the time in the shop, that was not possible. So first I had an English girl, Angela. She was very nice. I got along good with her. She had a good body. She looked very attractive, and she had big tits, and she looked good in the clothes. But there was only men coming to the shop. Yeah, so I said, something is wrong here. We are selling women's clothes and I have to do something different. No, I'm looking for a man who is in the shop, who is able to charm out the women. Stuart is the one who has the contact to the people, and he knows how to deal with that. When he saw that there was people coming, he invented the red cord. That means the door was open, but there was a red cord like in the museum that you could not go through. And he was able, that is something, you have to see that. He was able, when there was nobody in the shop or one person in the shop, and somebody comes to the door, to the cord and says, can we come in? He was able to convince them that we are busy and that they have to come back in 20 minutes. Yeah? So that also helped much on the fame. It was a real attraction. And then, of course, also fashion designers came, like Valentino. He also came always to our shows, and Gautier. All these people, when they passed by Ibiza, they came. Yeah, like Freddie Mercury. He bought many things for his German girlfriend, Barbara Valentin, who did movies with Fassbender, and Boy George. And artist people, like also painters, like Ocaña, who was a famous painter here in Catalonia, in Barcelona. The Queen of Spain, Sofia, she was here, and Stuart literally took her in by the arm and pulled her in the shop. The bodyguards couldn't believe it. Nowadays you couldn't do that anymore. Then the tourist organizations, they organized tourist groups going through the old town, and they also always had to stop at our shop. Yeah, so we became also a tourist attraction. Stuart got each one of these women to put a dress on. And he put them in the street where the whole group was, with all the dresses on, with hats and with umbrellas and with boas and everything, and made a photo with them. Yeah, and they loved it. And then also they bought like that. I had many of my designs were accidents. It was shorter in the front and longer in the back. I did not really design that in that way. I had told the seamstress how to make the pattern of the skirt, but she, as she didn't understand me right, she puts it the other way around, and it came out that it was longer in the back and shorter in the front. The accidents are for me very important, because accident is life, it's normal. I never made a collection. Yeah, it was like I did before, at the beginning of the boutique. One dress, sell it, get material, make 2 dresses, sell it, buy more material, make more dresses. So whenever we was ready for new dresses, I made new dresses. There was pretty much from the beginning a sort of regular fashion show here in Ibiza. When we made our own show, it always had opera in it, it always had ballet in it, and always had some freaky stories in it. Some wild costumes and some little sketches, or yeah, it was like a multimedia show. I believe that Jonathan, as he has much connection to Ibiza, he understands that way of being connected with nature. And he understands the fame that the boutique had, and he knows all the people that were attracted to our shop when it was happening. It's normal that he came, and we got along very, very well right from the beginning. I think it's a great adventure, and I think it's beautiful.